capacity and the ability. Declare it to yourself that it shall bring joy. Glory to Jesus. In Jesus' mighty name we are praying. We are still going to pray for one group here. Because I said it any day, all the members of this ministry have their stamp for all of them. We are going to celebrate them. You know, because last week you are here, and the Lord said that He has opened door, and today they're gone. Your God is on the way. So we are going to pray and ask God, whosoever that is waiting for this stamp for. You know, this brother have gone for a long time, and he just forget about us. But last week God brought them to here, and God opened up. So we're going to pray that this resurrection power, somebody's paper that is the application that is there, that this power will revive that application, and they will come out with testimony. Let us begin to pray that prayer. Father, in the name of Jesus, we pray for this resurrection power to go to justice office. Lord Jesus, by this power in the name of Jesus, Lord, whatever application that any member of this ministry have made concerning their paper, may this resurrection power bring it back to life. Father, we ask for the resurrection power to release their documents. May every document under this ministry be released. In the name of Jesus, may the resurrection power destroy delay. In Jesus' mighty name, we are praying. There's a song I want to sing here about the power of faith. My soul magnify the Lord. Let my spirit praise His name. For death to hold Him captive, even in the grave, Jesus is God. Even in the grave, Jesus is God. My soul, let my spirit praise His name. For death to those holding captive, even in the grave, Jesus is God. Even in the grave, Jesus is God. Let's sing it again. My soul magnify the Lord. Let my spirit praise His name. For death to those holding captive, even in the grave, Jesus is Lord. 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 There's another song say, He has risen from the dead. He is the Lord. He is the Lord. Every knee shall bow. Every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is the Lord. He is the Lord. He is the Lord. He is the Lord. He is the Lord. Amen. He has risen risen from the dead.
Thank you, Lord.
Master Jesus will glorify your holy name because you have risen from the dead.
Yes, Lord.
You have conquered the power of grave, and they could not hold you captive. Father, we thank you for this hour.
Thank you, Lord.
We thank you for the power of the resurrection.
Lord.
We thank you for what you are about to do. We thank you, Holy Spirit, because we know that you are here.
Amen.
We return all that glory to you.
Yes, Lord.
We return all that praise to you. We return all that thanksgiving to you because of what you have done upon the cross of Calvary. Lord Jesus, we thank you.
Thank you.
Father, we'll ask, oh Lord, for you to continue with us. Lord, manifest your power of that resurrection
Yes, Lord.
in our life this week. That the whole world will see it, they will know that we are serving a living God. Lord, we'll ask, oh Lord, for this power to destroy every other powers of darkness fighting against our life. Let them be destroyed by the power in the name of Jesus. Father, we pray that you take absolute control. Jesus, have your way in our ministry. Have your way in our life. Have your way in this service. That you only your name will be glorified. Holy Spirit will ask for you to fill us with your power. Holy Spirit will always touch each and every one of us. That the name of Jesus will be glorified. Thank you for doing it. In Jesus' mighty name we are praying. And we celebrate Jesus. Celebrate Jesus. Celebrate the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. I am that I am, the uncomparable believer. Celebrate him. Glory to Jesus. You can see that on the head of your enemy. My God. He's alive.
Amen.
Jesus is alive.
Amen.
We are serving a living God.
Amen.
We are not serving a dead God. Serving a living God. I am serving a living God. Serving a living God. I am serving a living God. I don't know about you, but we are serving a living God. And he's here today. My God. I love the presence of God. Glory to Jesus. Glory to Jesus. Don't worry, God will touch somebody today. Lift up your hands. The Bible and say, Father, this is your word. Teach me your word. Holy Spirit, open my ears to hear the word of the Lord. Open my heart to receive it. Open my mind of understanding to understand the word. Let your word help me to overcome every affliction. Let your word help me to overcome every problems, challenges of this life. In the name of Jesus. My God, I have my good friend, Brother Vincent is here. Clap your hand for him. Glory to Jesus. God bless you for coming, okay? We know that very soon you are not going to be brother anymore.
Amen.
But you are going to be father.
Amen.
Glory to Jesus. This is what Jesus can do. God bless you. Because it's not easy to travel all the way from north to here. Glory to Jesus. We'll have your sister as well here. Glory to Jesus. And our dear sister is here, Sister Olu as well. Sister Olu, no matter what Satan is saying, you will live. You will live, you will. You will declare the goodness of the Lord in the land of living. So every arrow of the enemy shall return back to sender. Those who are thinking that you are going to be there, you are going to go to their funeral. They will die before you will. And you will live, you will not die. And so shall it be. In the name of Jesus. The grave could not hold him, cannot hold him, Jesus captive. The grave cannot hold Jesus captive. You know, when we talk about our Lord Jesus Christ, one thing I like about Jesus is when Jesus was operating on the earth, it was Jesus. But when he died and resurrected again, it became Jesus Christ. The glory to Jesus. So you can see, that's why in South America, some people answer Jesus. Their name is Jesus. But there was no Christ with their name. So when Jesus resurrected, then Christ began to manifest, which is the anointed one. Glory to Jesus. Because what they killed is Jesus. They did not kill Christ. So the anointed one, the power of the anointed one began to manifest. And grave could not hold him captive. Let's quickly go to the book of Matthew 28, from verse 1 to 10. Matthew 28, from verse 1 to 10.
In the end of the Sabbath, as it began to dawn towards the first day of the week,
Yes.
came Mary Magdalene and the other Mary to the sepulchre. And behold, there was a great earthquake, for the angel of the Lord descended from heaven, and came and rolled back the stone from the door, and sat upon it. Amen.
Amen.
His countenance was like lightning, and his raiment white as snow. And for fear of him the keepers did shake, and became as dead men. And the angel answered and said unto the women, Fear not ye, for I know that ye seek Jesus, which was crucified. He is not here, for he is risen, as he said. Come, see the place where the Lord lay. And go quickly, and tell his disciples that he is risen from the dead. And behold, he goeth before you into Galilee. There shall ye see him. Lo, I have told you. And they departed quickly from the sepulchre with fear and great joy, and did run to bring his disciples word. And as they went to tell his disciples, behold, Jesus met them, saying, All hail. And they came and held him by the feet and worshipped him. Then said Jesus unto them, Be not afraid. Go tell my brethren that they go into Galilee, and there shall they see me. Amen.
Amen. You know, when Jesus, I want you to understand this thing, you know. Verse 2 said very important thing. He said, Behold, there was great earthquake, for the angel of the Lord descended from heaven, and what? And came and rolled away the stone from the door, and sat upon it.
Amen.
Glory to Jesus.
Amen.
For grave cannot hold Jesus captive.
Amen.
So God has to send his angel to say, you know what happened? I want you to go and roll away whatever that is going to hold Jesus in this grave. Roll it away and sat upon it until the assignment is finished.
Amen.
Glory to Jesus.
Amen.
Because if the angel of the Lord go back, the stone might roll back. He says, sat upon it,
Amen.
so that you make sure that the stone did not roll back.
Amen.
Glory to Jesus.
Hallelujah.
So if you can understand, why would they be able to put that stone? We're going to see something here, because you know, for what we're talking about, for somebody to be in captivity or to be held captive is somebody who is imprisoned or somebody who is in a confined space. When you are in a confined environment, when somebody just kept you in a room and said you are not going anywhere, you are going to stay here for the rest of your life, that means you are being held captive. Glory to Jesus. When you are in prison, when somebody took you and locked you inside of a prison, you are being held captive. Glory to Jesus. So Jesus at that moment was in a confined space, in a confined place, which is grave. Jesus was kept in prison, which is grave. Because that is the moment in the life of Jesus that we can see that Jesus doesn't have freedom. On earth, not in the spiritual realm, because he's the King of Kings. Glory to Jesus. They are holding Jesus that the word of God might be fulfilled. Not that they are holding him because they have the power to hold him. No. But me and you, through that we shall receive salvation.
Amen.
Glory to Jesus.
Hallelujah.
So when we see that chapter 27, verse 62 to 66, how they went and combined together to secure the grave of Jesus, the tomb of Jesus, that they make sure that Jesus cannot escape. But they are making mistake. Chapter 27, verse 62 to 66, please.
Now the next day that followed the day after the preparation, the chief priests and Pharisees came together unto Pilate, saying, Sir, we remember that the deceiver said, While he was yet alive, after 3 days I will rise again. Command therefore that the sepulchre be made sure until the third day, lest his disciples come by night and steal him away, and say unto the people, He is risen from the dead. So the last hour shall be worse than the first. Pilate said unto them, Ye have a watch, Go your way, make it as sure as you can. So they went and made the sepulchre sure, sealing the stone and setting a watch. Amen.
Glory to Jesus. You can see it. That what is their plan? They want to make sure that they hold Jesus in captive. That's why verse 62 said, and behold, they came to what? In the day of preparation, the chief priest and the Pharisees came unto the Pilate and said to him, look, remember that when deceiver, now they are calling our Lord Jesus Christ a deceiver. You understand? So their understanding is that they say, remember a deceiver while he was yet alive said that after 3 days he will rise again. So they made sure, they now started to say, let's do something here. What are we going to do? So they came together in order for them to select soldiers, select guns, select what they will use to hold Jesus in that confined space, thinking that the will of God will not manifest. What are they fighting? They are fighting the will of God concerning our life. That's why in a moment, in some times in our life, we'll see that enemy will try to lay siege of everything in our life, to hold things ransom in our life. We'll be asking ourselves, what is this that is going on in our life? Because we came to a place that your life is stand-still. Glory to Jesus. So this moment in time, the life of Jesus is kind of stand-still, but did not know, what they did not know, that Jesus was conducting deliverance in the grave. That they cannot stop assignment of Jesus. They want to hold him in one place. They said, you remember what he said? Let's just make sure that we gather special soldiers. Those who cannot sleep. Because they know some soldiers cannot sleep. They stand. Sometimes they look at the parliament, soldiers stand like this. And the parliament. And you see, if the fly is going, he will stand like this. You will be wondering what kind of training did this person got. Some of them are with their gun. Some of them are with their everything, waiting. Okay, let's see who is going to come and take Jesus. Well, today is today. So sometimes enemy has prepared. They have done their everything they could do. They are rejoicing in their kingdom to say, today is today. Let's see how we are going to let that sister go or that brother go. But they don't know the day of deliverance. There will be great earthquake. Because chapter 28 verse 2 says, behold, there was earthquake, great one. Yes. So when earthquake is coming down, the soldier who is standing cannot stand there anymore. The earthquake is shaking the soldier. So the soldier is now fighting for his own life, not for the grave of Jesus anymore. So the soldier now beginning to be afraid, am I going to survive? Because earthquake, the land can open and swallow them. So they forget now about the grave of Jesus, then holding on their own life, begin to think about their own life and family. The angel of the Lord will say, oh, look at you people. I thought you people has the power to hold Jesus. No. Glory to Jesus. Amen. So because they really, their intention, the intention of Satan is for him to hold you in darkness. The plan of Satan is for Satan to hold you in his kingdom, that you are not going to see deliverance. But he's lying. Amen. Because there is resurrection power. Amen. So when you go to Acts chapter 2, verse 24, let's just quickly go there. Acts chapter 2, verse 24. Acts chapter 2, verse 24.
Whom God hath raised up, having loosed the pains of death, because it was not possible that he should be holden of it. Amen.
You see, he said, what? Whom God hath raised up, having loosed the pains of death. Because it is not possible that he should be holding of it. That means that it's not possible that grave shall hold Jesus anymore. He said, God have loosed the pains of death. So that's why in that prison, wherever enemy put you, you will find that you are pain, you are feeling pain, but the pain, the power of the pain has been loosened. It has been loose. So at the time when you came out, you'll be asking yourself, what gave me strength to go through all these things? Glory to Jesus. So in the moment of time Jesus was suffering, there is no pain there. He was suffering, but there is no pain because the power of the pain has been loosened. God has set the power of pain out of him. So the burden of Jesus, that moment, the pain goes to our God, not to Jesus. So the same way in your life, whatever you are passing through, the pains of it goes to what? Christ, not we anymore. Because we are part of him. Glory to Jesus. He said, whom God have raised from death, having loosed the pains of death. Glory to Jesus. So now, what they wanted to do is for Jesus to suffer that place. Without knowing God have loosed that pain they are thinking they are giving to Jesus. Without knowing at the end of the day it's going to turn to joy. Glory to Jesus. That's why he said that all things work out for good for them that believe. All things, whether you went through that pain, whether you went through affliction, at the end of the day, as far as you are a child of God, it's going to work out for good.
Amen.
Glory to Jesus.
Amen.
The grave cannot hold Jesus captive. Say, what is that? What is that grave we are talking about? Because you know that grave is what? It's a place of burial. A place that you went to bury people. A place, a ground that is prepared for burial. Glory to Jesus. So now, let's see what Isaiah said in Isaiah 53 verse 9. Isaiah 53 verse 9.
And he made his grave with the wicked and with the rich in his death, because he had done no violence, neither was any deceit in his mouth.
Glory to Jesus.
Amen.
He said, and he made his grave with the wicked. So now look at it now. The enemy want to do what? They want to crucify Jesus. They bring to what? Armed robbers to crucify Jesus with. So those armed robbers who don't know much of their history, maybe they are people who have killed. So the grave of Jesus was made with the wicked. So the wicked people around Jesus is the one who said, let's just kill him and make sure that what? He did not rise up again. He said, and with the rich in his death, but he has done no violence, neither was any deceit found in his mouth. All these things Jesus was going through, there is nothing like violence in his life. There is nothing like Jesus have committed any crime to deserve to die in that man. But because the grave was what? A place of burial. So when Jesus is going there, everybody in life, what the wicked one has to go the same way as well. So they want to treat him as a criminal. They want him to die as someone who has committed adultery or someone who has committed fornication. Remember what he said in the other place we have read. That place said that the Jesus himself, the grave that they prepared for Jesus was made. Let's just go back to it because I can't be able to. Verse 62. Let's go put back verse 62 for me. Matthew 28 verse 62. No, Acts 2 verse 24. Acts chapter 2 verse 24. Go back to it for me. Acts chapter 2 verse 24. Go back. And God, having raised him from there, loosed the pains of death, because it is not possible for them to hold him. So whatever they plot around Jesus that made them to hold him in that place, that made them to call the soldiers and everybody to secure him, then he said, for God himself, it is possible that they cannot hold him, because he has created Jesus and make him a deliverer unto us. Amen. Glory to Jesus. So Jesus himself was preparing for this moment. He was preparing for resurrection. He was preparing for this throughout his ministry. He keeps saying to them, look, I will die. I will come back again. Don't worry yourself. Whatever you are going through, I will pay the price for you. I will go down for you. Then you are going to live. Instead of you dying, then I will pay the price. Instead of sickness killing you, and by my stripe you are going to be healed. Yeah. So Jesus has taken everything upon his shoulder and went down for us. And when he's going down, when you look at his stripe, you are seeing healing. When you look at Jesus on the cross of Calvary, you are seeing the sins of the whole world. Jesus was there looking at the children of God and said, that's why he said to son, hold your mother, and mother, hold your son. Why is it like that? He said, don't cry for me, because I have come to do the will of my Father. there is nothing anybody can do to stop the will of my Father in my life. Let's see something here, because I want us to talk about what grave meant. Because grave is what? Meant with three things, which we are going to see here. The first one is the stone or mud. When somebody died, they put the person on the ground, they fill the person with mud, and what? Some of them lay stone. Let's just go back to that. Matthew 28 verse 2. Let's see what he said. You know the way to stone, then we'll talk about stone. Matthew 28 verse 2. He said, and behold, there was great earthquake, for the angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled away the stone from the door and sat upon it. So stone is one of the power that Satan is using against the children of God. When Satan wants to block the way of a child of God, he lays stone on the way of that person. So the stone that was without Jesus, without this stone being rolled away, there is no way Jesus will come out of grave. Because the stone is kind of a hindrance that holds Jesus not to rise up again. Glory to Jesus. Even though Jesus will come out of the tomb, there is no way he can come out of the door because of the stone. So grave, whenever somebody went down and they covered the person, that is the end of the person. So grave, you can see, no matter how rich you are, no matter how powerful you are, grave is still waiting for everybody. Glory to Jesus. So it's a place that was prepared, that is a final place. And once somebody go down, it's very hard for you to bring him up again. So that stone is one of the key. That's why sometimes you see people going to graveyard to sat upon somebody's stone to be able to curse other people. If you can watch out what goes on in witchcraft kingdom, they always use grave a lot. Why are they using grave? Because they know if they can be able to bring your destiny to the grave, they will seal it forever. Glory to Jesus. So you are going around the whole world without knowing where your problem is coming from, because your destiny is already put in grave. Glory to Jesus. That's why as soon as they put Jesus in grave, they want to secure it, to make sure that this grave did not open. Because they know if they don't secure it, disciple can come and open that place and take the body of Jesus. But they say no, let's make sure we secure it. So they use a stone to put up on it. When Jesus came to the place where Lazarus was there, the first thing Jesus said to them, roll away the stone. Why would they roll away the stone? Without rolling away, removing the hindrances that was holding Lazarus, Jesus cannot be able to speak to the grave. Glory to Jesus. Because the grave, the stone is like what covered the grave. So Jesus as well has the voice that he wants to speak to the grave. But he came to the Lazarus, he said, take away these hindrances away, so that I can be able to call him out. And today, God will roll away every stone in your life. Amen. Glory to Jesus. Amen. So stone represent hindrances in our life. Whenever Satan lay hindrances of stone, there is no way that you can be able to move forward, because it blocks your way. He makes you not to be able to get a smooth ride to the place of your destiny. That's why whenever you are in a dream, you saw yourself driving in a rough road, you have to pray, knowing that you are going to face through affliction in your life, that the serious things are coming up against you, that the serious hindrances are coming against you. Because as a child of God, you're supposed to be driving on a smooth road. But when you see yourself driving in a rough area, bush area, bumping up and down, you are caught up, you have to start and fasting and pray, because something is about to happen in your life. Glory to Jesus. So because enemy has projected sufferness in your life. So another one is darkness. Whenever somebody is being kept in grave, the next thing that will cover the person is darkness. Because the person is in a dark area. The person doesn't know what goes on in the outside world. So that means the person is in darkness. But this is one of the things that Jesus came to do. Number one thing, God sent his angel to roll away the stone, not only for Jesus, but for us, that every hindrance shall be rolled away in our lives. Amen. Because the grave cannot hold Jesus captive. Amen. So now, darkness as well. That is one of the things that God sent Jesus to do. Let's see Book of John 1 verse 5. Book of John 1 verse 5. Book of John 1 verse 5.
And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not.
Glory. You know why this scripture said this? Light shineth in darkness. If you understood that Bible said in the book of Matthew 27, when we are reading it on Friday, we'll find out that when Jesus died, those whose it was in grave, Bible said the grave were open, and they started to resurrect again. What happened? It shows you that no matter how darkness can be in your life, Jesus came as a light to the grave. So whatever that is dark, that is holding you in grave, shall receive light, and they cannot be able to hold you anymore. Amen. So that's why it said, light shineth in darkness. Amen. So light shineth in grave. So that's why no matter where Satan has kept you, in any grave, he said, as soon as salvation, as soon as deliverance comes, Satan will lose his hand. Amen. Because that light is Jesus. Light shineth in darkness, and darkness cannot hold him anymore. Darkness cannot comprehend the light. So Jesus came because during that time, before that time, whenever anybody died, they will stay. Satan will hold them. You remember the death of Moses. When Moses died, the body of Moses was being contented by Satan. So Satan could not let the body of Moses to be taken until God sent what is angel, and the angel of the Lord have to be able by. He said, "May the Lord rebuke you." Amen. And that is when the body of Moses was released. So always, whenever somebody died, the people who serve God died, they cannot be able to come out of grave to go into the holy city. Then God has to send Jesus as a light. He said, "Go down and give this person deliverance. Go down and deliver these people from that darkness area and set them free." So that makes it easier for us now. When we die, our soul, our spirit will not be held captive anymore. We will be able to descend ascend to heaven, to where Jesus has prepared for us. So grave cannot hold us as well anymore. They are just burying our body because through us we came, through us we go. But our destiny, our life, our eternal life is still in heaven. So light shineth in darkness. Darkness could not comprehend it. So darkness is one of the areas of grave. That any time somebody's destiny is in grave, darkness covers the person. Glory to Jesus. Let's just see something as well in Hebrews 2 verse 14. Hebrews 2 verse 14. We are still in darkness. Hebrews 2 verse 14. Hebrews 2 verse 14.
For as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood, he also himself likewise took part of the same, that through death he might destroy him that had the power of death, that is, the devil.
Glory to Jesus.
Amen.
He said, as far as much that then as the children are partakers of what? Flesh and blood. He also himself likewise took part in the same, that through death, that he might destroy what? Him who has the power over death, which is devil. So to show you, if Jesus did not die, he will not go and destroy somebody who has the power over death. So Satan has the power over death. That's why, as a child of God, you have to pray. Why are you praying? When you pray, you activate the power of resurrection over your destiny. And he who has the power of death will lose you. He cannot hold your destiny in grave. Glory to Jesus. Some people are living, but they are like a dead person. I shared it here the other time. I said, some tree, you see some tree, they are good tree. You see them, oh my God. But the down is already decayed. One day you see a little wind blow that tree, boom, and you are looking at, oh, this tree is already gone. Why? As you are seeing the tree, look at Jesus causing the fig tree. The fig tree was looking good, but it was not performing. It was very good looking, and Jesus was expecting to see fruit upon it. And Jesus came, he was disappointed. He said, look at this tree. As tall as you are, as big as you are, you cannot perform anything. He said, from today, nothing will grow in you. Because you're already dead. Glory to Jesus. So that is what Satan does. When he keeps destiny in bondage, in grave, somebody may be looking good, but there is nothing to show for. Somebody may be looking, driving, you see the person, my God, but there is nothing. Glory to Jesus. So you can now see that why is it important as a child of God sometimes for you to look at your life, to know if there is any root still left for you. Maybe your root is already decayed. You are still climbing and be born again. One day, small wind will blow, then you fall. The born again, you know, our people used to say that it's when the wind blows, you will know whether Reverend is wearing trousers. So it's not me that says it's a proverb. so you know whether Reverend is wearing trousers. It's when the wind blows. Glory to Jesus. So to show you that you have to make sure to be able to see your life in the way that is good. That if there is any decay, deal with it immediately. Ask the power of God to restore that area. Because if not so, one day you are not going to survive it. Glory to Jesus. So for Jesus, the most important thing that he came to destroy the power of darkness, which is death. That is the grave. Is the power of darkness. So he came that he might destroy the power of Satan, which is devil. Glory to Jesus. So let's see Isaiah 60 from verse 1 and 2. Verse 1 and 2. Let's just see Isaiah 60, 1 and 2. Isaiah 60, 1 and 2.
Shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen on thee. Amen.
Amen. Who is he talking to here? Isaiah is talking to people who are in grave, people who are dead already. The house of Israel, they are living, but they are dead. So Isaiah is saying to them, look, your spiritual life is dead. Your life is in already grave. You are claiming to be the children of Abraham, but nothing to show for it. People are seeing them as people who know Abraham, who their father is God. But when they came to church, they dress well. When they are going to synagogue, they put themselves in order. They speak big English. They know it very well. But he said to them, he said, look, you are dead already. You are already in grave because you are destined, nothing to show for it. He said, arise. Amen. Get out of grave. Come out. Amen. Arise. Put verse 1 for us. Look at it. Arise and what? For thy light has come. What does it show you? For Jesus has come for you. For Messiah has been sent to you. Arise and shine. For the light is come. And the glory of God has risen upon you. Amen. So he said you have to get up from where you are. Rise up from that grave. Because before people will know that you are in grave. So as a child of God, you better hurry up quickly. Before Satan tell them that you are not a child of God. Because Satan can expose you. So it's better you rise up quickly. He said, for the light is come. For the light is come. That means there is something from above. That's why he said, light shineth in darkness. Darkness could not comprehend it. So now you are seeing the light coming to your grave. Get up quickly. Get up. Don't stay in grave anymore. Then he said, for what? He said, behold. For the glory of God is risen upon you. He said, behold, darkness shall cover the earth. The deep darkness, the people, but the Lord will arise over you. Amen. So other people can be in grave, but not you. Amen. So that means wherever you are, even though there is deep darkness over that place, he said the glory of God must be seen upon you. Amen. Why must it be seen? Because you are a child of God. Amen. You have given your life to Jesus. So the light of Jesus will locate you. No matter what Satan is trying to do, no matter the powers of darkness trying to attack your destiny, there must be evidence to show that you are still a child of God. Amen. Glory to Jesus. So you can see it now. Isaiah was saying to them, darkness is one of the key. But don't worry, the light is already there. Amen. So if there is darkness, there must be light. That's why I like dictionary. The English has opposite. When you see good, you must see bad. So what gives them that wisdom to know everything has opposite? Death, there must be life. Opposite of death is life. So it shows you that everything has opposite. So when there is darkness, there is light somewhere. So you have to rise up to see the light that has come into your life. You have to get up and pray and call the power of the light over your family. Amen. So that darkness cannot hold you. Amen. He said, for death, for grave cannot hold him captive. Amen. If grave cannot hold Jesus captive, what about you? The sons and daughters of God. He cannot. Glory to Jesus. That's why when you see light, whenever you are passing something through, the day of testimony is the day of light. You say to yourself, I can't believe it. Amen. That is the day your song changed. Then you see yourself that time, you begin to be bold. But all the days of darkness that time, you are hiding. You don't want anybody to know your problem. I don't want anybody to know what I'm passing through. You are just hiding. When you hear that people have gossip about you, you become so angry. But the days of testimony, you even want people to gossip about your testimony. Why is it that you want people to gossip about your testimony? Because the light has come. So because you cannot hide it anymore, the light exposes your testimony. Glory to Jesus. So even though people hear your problem and tell of your testimony, it doesn't concern you anymore. They will say, oh, you passed all this thing through. Oh, but thank God. You say, that is true, my sister. You forget that you are becoming angry the day they are gossiping before. Glory to Jesus. But the light has come. Because light is always cold. Nobody will say that light is not cold. Whenever you see the light, you see Christ. And the glory will be shining. Glory to Jesus. And that is one thing that Satan doesn't want you to have. He doesn't want you to see the light. He just wants you to believe in all his lies. Let me say this to you. Satan can try everything, but you are the one can say to Satan, no. Because when you shut your ears to the lies of Satan that is telling you that you are nobody, how can you be nobody? Why that the light has come? Amen. Glory to Jesus. How can you believe Satan that you cannot achieve anything? Why the light is there? That's why Isaiah said to them, arise. Get out. Get up. Don't be able to deceive. Don't allow Satan to deceive you anymore. Who tell you that you are going to be dead? No. There is freedom coming to your way. There is deliverance coming to your way. Say, get up and access it. It doesn't matter what covers you. You say, no matter what he does, people will see that deliverance. No matter what he does, people will see that testimony. Because the dead cannot hold Jesus captive. Glory to Jesus. If death cannot hold him captive, what about us? Another thing about grave is heat. Because that is what, when Jesus came to the tomb of Lazarus, which we are going to see, John 11, verse 9 to 40. There is one thing that the sister said to Jesus, the sister of Lazarus. He said to Jesus one thing. John 11, 9 to 40, quick.
Jesus said, take ye away the stone. Martha, the sister of him that was dead, saith unto him, Lord, by this time he stinketh, for he hath been dead 4 days. Jesus saith unto her, said I not unto thee, if thou wouldst believe, thou should see the glory of God.
Glory to Jesus. Then Jesus was saying to them, take away the stone. They were saying, Jesus, forget. Because by now, it's already stinking. Why is it stinking? Because there is heat. Once somebody is covered in the grave, heat begins to melt the body of the person. the person begin to decay. You see the person's body begin to stink. But Jesus said to them, did I not say to you, if you believe that I'm here to take away that stink, if you believe, you will see the glory of God. Because when the glory of God came upon somebody, smell will go.
Amen.
The smell of failure will go. That's what people used to talk against you before will begin to what they will be used to remember you. He said, you know, Lazarus, everybody's running away from you because you are stinking. But I'm here because the heat of what you are passing through is making you to sweat. The heat of what you are passing through is making your body to smell. Not physical smelling. Whenever you appear very close to people, did you see the way what is going through? I can't believe it. Because they are hearing your story. When they hear your story, they be, it's so bad. So your situation begins to be stink in the nose of people. But there is good news. Because when Martha was trying to remind Jesus, my brother is already sick. Jesus said, did I not tell you before that if you believe, you will see the glory of God? Amen. That what makes somebody to be able to be announced is the glory. He said, I come here to restore the glory upon Lazarus. It doesn't matter how many days he has been in that grave. Because the grave cannot hold Jesus captive. Do you know one thing? Only Jesus understood the language of grave. Yes. Only Jesus. When Jesus raised somebody, a daughter of that man from there, Jesus knows the language to speak to the dead. Only Jesus' voice that grave can hear. Glory to Jesus. Jesus said, look, I'm about to speak to that which makes Lazarus to be stink, which is the heat. Then now the heat is going to stop. And the breeze will come. And the Lazarus will be cool and wake up from the grave. But the matter was seeing the situation the way it is. How is it possible? Somebody who is dead for 4 days. Intestine is not working. All the organs of the body is dead. This man, even though if you see the nose and the eyes, look, just think about it with your own imagination. Then you look at the eyes cannot be opened anymore. You look at everything is already gone. That's why no hope. That's why you see when the system of life, they don't want to go very close. Because they know once you open that place, hey, the organ will be everywhere. They say, Jesus, don't worry yourself anymore. Because you have lost hope. Jesus, there is nothing can be done. Because he's dead for 4 days. They tried to discourage Jesus. Jesus said, look, I cannot be discouraged. Because I am the power of resurrection. Amen. I carry life and death in my hand. Did I not tell you, if you believe, the only thing I needed you to do, just trust me. Amen. If you trust me, the season of the heat will be over. Amen. The season of the heat will be over. Amen. Then I will bring what? Restoration. Amen. Glory to Jesus. Because then if the heat is killing everything that you have planted, he said, I carry the power of the rain. Yes. Then the glory of God will come as a rain. Yes. And bring fruitfulness in the land. Yes. So what is that? That heat is killing in your life. What is that the heat has made to be so bad that people are talking about it? What is that issue? Remember, I said, did I not tell you? And Jesus said, take away the stone. And Martha, the sister of him that was dead, said unto him, Lord, by this time he's thinking, for he has been dead for 4 days. Look at 40. Jesus said unto her, said I not unto thee, that if thou wouldest believe, thou wouldest see the glory of God. If thou wouldest believe, if you can be able to understand that I can speak to death can be able to come back to life. That's why Psalm 29 said the voice of the Lord is so powerful. He said the voice of the Lord is upon the many waters. The voice of the Lord divides the cities of Lebanon. So he said, did you not know my voice? That my voice is so powerful. That when I speak it, something happens. Did you not hear it before? If thou wouldest believe. Because Martha was saying all these things without understanding Isaiah 61, verse 1 to 4. Martha did not know that scripture. She was saying because she seen things with her own eyes. Sometimes when we look at ourselves, our situation became too big in our eyes. But when we sing the song, I have a very big God who is always by my side. A very big God by my side, by my side. I have a very big God who is always by my side. A very big God by my side, by my side. By my side, by my side, by my side, by my side. A very big God by my side. So Martha may sing that song yesterday, but she forget. In the service, Martha may be finishing singing this song, but when you look at the situation, he said, it's still smelling. But she have already seen, I have a very big. So who is bigger than the grave? Martha forget that Isaiah 61 from verse 1 to 4 is real. Let us see Isaiah 61 from verse 1 to 4.
The Lord is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion,
Yes.
to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. And they shall build the old wastes, they shall raise up the former desolations, and they shall repair the waste cities, the desolations of many generations.
Amen. So, Martha did not know this scripture that said, the Spirit of God is upon me. Verse 1, put it for us. Jesus was saying to them, the Spirit of God is upon me. He said, because what? Because the Lord has anointed me. If Martha know that the Lord has anointed Jesus to raise people from dead, Martha will not be able to say, Lord is thinking. He said, because the Spirit of God is upon me. Because I'm not doing this job by my own. I was anointed for it. He said, to preach the good tidings to the meek, he has sent me to bind what? The brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captive. For death, grave cannot hold him captive. Then he said to open the prison to them that are bound. Remember, prison is a place what? A confined, in prison or a confined space. So Jesus was saying, if Martha would have known this word, she would have believed in me. She would have believed that it is possible for the brother to come out of that bondage. She would have believed that it's possible for Lazarus to come back to life. Then look at verse 2. Just look at verse 2. He said to proclaim what? The acceptable year of the Lord and the day of the vengeance of our Lord, to comfort all that are mourn. So keep on going. Martha did not know that they will receive comfort. Then to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give what? Beauty to ashes, for ashes, and oil of mourning for the garment of praise, for the spirit of heaviness, that there might be called the tree of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. Go to verse 4. And they shall build what? The old wasted, and they shall raise up the former desolate, and they shall what? Repair the wasted city, the desolation of many generations. Look at where he concluded. They shall build up the old wasted. So, Lazarus has already, the destiny has already been wasted. But Jesus came to build it up again. Jesus came to bring it back to life. Because when somebody is dead, everything concerning you is already going out of people's memory. For that 4 days, Lazarus' phone is not going to anymore. The sisters, and they will throw the SIM card away. Maybe they have destroyed the contact, hoping that Lazarus will not answer any call anymore. They don't want anybody to call the phone of Lazarus anymore. The same way when you are dead, Nobody wants your contact anymore. You are still living, but you are like a dead person. You are abandoned by men. Nobody wants to hear about you because things are not working out well. That's why anybody who is poor doesn't have many friends. A poor person doesn't have many friends. It's only somebody who is doing well have many friends. Because you see, when we talk about celebrities, some people who doesn't they have millions following them. But when you talk about other people, they don't have anybody following them. Because nobody knows you in the Instagram, nobody knows you in Facebook. Because they feel that you are there. Glory to Jesus. Because celebrities are always on TV. Oh, this is Beyonce. Even though you don't know, it's celebrity follow Beyonce. So, but he said they will do what? They will repair the wasted city. So today, the grave cannot hold you captive. And everything that is wasted in your life, through this power of resurrection, you will repair it today. Glory to Jesus. So I want you to understand that this is the thing Jesus came to destroy in our life. These are the things that make graves. That hindrances shall be removed in your life. Darkness shall disappear in your life. The heat shall no longer be here. Because Isaiah 43, from verse 1 to 5, said very important thing. I'll stop with verse 4. Okay? Isaiah 43, verse 4. That 1 to 4, sorry, 1 to 4.
But now, thus saith the Lord, that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name, thou art mine. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burnt, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. For I am the Lord thy God, the Holy One of Israel, thy Saviour. I gave Egypt for thy ransom, Ethiopia and Seba for thee. Since thou wast precious in my sight, thou hast been honourable, and I have loved thee. Therefore will I give men all for thee, and people for thy life. Amen.
So this is the time that Jacob's life was not doing well. But Jacob, one thing he forget that God said to him, your name will no longer be called Jacob, but Israel. So Jacob was seeing his life as somebody who is nobody. The house of Jacob are not knowing that God has called them to become a giant nation, a small but mighty. He said to Jacob, look, he sent Isaiah to go and remind the house of Jacob one thing. Look at verse 1. He said, for now, thus says the Lord that created thee. The same way when Jesus coming to Lazarus, Martha was saying his thinking. Jesus said, did you not know John chapter 1 that said that through him all things were created? So he said, the one who created thee, he said, fear not. Who created thee, O Jacob? He said, who had formed thee, O Israel? He said, fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name. And verse 2 said important thing. He said, when thou passed through what? Waters. Not only one. If you understood it now, when thou passed through waters, it's not only one. But look at the assurance and the insurance. I call it assurance and insurance. Why is it that? Because if you can have assurance without insurance, insurance is a guarantee. To show that even though the assurance could not perform, the policy will give you what you want. Because even though with the assurance you can have accident, you don't have insurance. So nobody will pay you. But he said no. He said fear, because when thou go through waters and what? Through the rivers, they will not overflow thee. He said when what? When thou walkest through the fire, there is a time we walk through the fire. He said thou shalt not be burned, neither thou shalt the flame kindle upon thee. Remember Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the land of Babylon. When they threw them in the lake of fire, the king threw 3 people. But when king looked, he said, there is the 4th man. Who is the fourth man? Jesus himself. And they were walking in the what? In the fire. And when they bring them out, everybody was smelling them. Why did you go through fire? You don't have any smell. So the same way people are thinking to smell stink through your life, but they will smell something good. They will smell Jesus. They will smell the power of God. They will smell the glory of God. He said the fire will not be able to do anything to you. It's just the heat. It's just fire. You will sweat, but nothing more. Glory to Jesus. Go to verse 3 because our cake will be ready very soon. He said, for I am the Lord thy God, the Holy One of Israel, thy Savior. I have given Egypt ransom and Ethiopia, and Seba for thee. I have given Egypt ransom. I have paid the price. Instead of you becoming you, is going to be your enemy. Go to verse 4. He said, since thou was precious in my sight. This is what I want you to take home. That every child of God who live according to the will of God is precious in the sight of God. Once you are living according to the will of God, you are precious. When you see precious stone, they keep it very well. If you see those people who are doing illegal mining, when they get a precious stone, some of them can swallow it to be in their stomach. Because some of them have army guiding the mine. They don't want anybody to know they will go home and eat something to flush it out. They know it's going to come out. Because they know it's a precious stone. So precious stone are always kept in a safe. Glory to Jesus. So he said, because you are precious in my sight. So that means I will secure you. I will make sure there is security around you. Because you are precious in my sight. Because thou hast been honorable. And I have loved thee. Therefore I will give men for thee and people for thy life. You see, Jesus, he came to give us life. So instead of you to be dead, the workers of darkness will be dead. Satan and his enemy will be given for our sake. So I want you to understand that grave cannot hold you captive. Because he did not hold Jesus captive. So stop worrying, thinking that you are going to be there. Things are no. You are going to live. Even when you are seeking for death, it will not come. That's why some people are saying, Father, take away my life. Job seek for death did not come. Job was praying and said to God, take away my life. God said, Job, you are going to live. Because the power of death is in my hand. So even though when you are saying to yourself, you are going to commit suicide, that suicide thought will go. You will see yourself, you go to the place of suicide, you can't even have anything to kill yourself. Because the power of life and death is in the hands of the Lord. You cannot take your own life. Because God hasn't finished with you. Can we stand up on our feet? Because today our cake will be ready too. Okay, so very soon we said that we are going to be able to take this picture with our cake today. Glory to Jesus. And enjoy our life, whether it's too hot today, please, I beg you, celebrate in the well of the Lord. Please, celebrate in the well of the Lord. Don't take because of this weather. Weather will still be here this year the way it is. Don't take advantage of the weather. When they ask you, you say, oh, weather is too good. No. Celebrate in the ways of the Lord. Glory to Jesus. He's alive. Amen. He's alive. Jesus is alive. Forever he's alive. Amen. He's alive. Amen. He's alive. Savior is alive. Forever he's alive. Amen. He's alive. He's alive. He's alive. Savior is alive. Forever is alive. Amen. See, it's only when we have given your life to Christ that the grave cannot hold you captive. The first thing you need to do is for you to give your life to Him. Because when you do, the power of grave cannot hold you captive. Because when you don't, they will still hold you captive. So it's the power of God, it's the will of God that will give our life to Him. To give our life to Jesus. That means surrendering your totality to Christ. So that you become the Lord of your life and the Savior of your life. So that's why I said it. Without that, you cannot see the glory of God. That's why he said to Martha, did I not say if you believe? So giving your life to Christ, meaning believing in Him. Because when you give your life to Him, He will take possession of your life. The grave cannot hold you captive. It cannot. Now, let me say this thing to you again. Lift up your hand. Because if I look at you, I'm looking at something that projected from Nigeria. You see, there is something that was done here that is kind of burning. It's kind of something they put in an oven that is burning your health. You know,